Hi, this is your astrologer Kira, and let's do our total lunar eclipse. For those who don't know this, I'm doing my white purple hair each time when we have eclipse happening, and if you have noticed that my hair is dark underneath, yeah, you are right, I'm dark underneath. And for those who don't know, I have to do my short disclaimer. Please share, subscribe, comment. I love to read your comments and to have a great feedback from you. And the most important thing is that I am doing the Western or tropical astrology predictions primarily in my videos, although I can refer to some interesting details coming from the Vedic or sidereal astrology. So if you are Leo in the Western astrology sense, then try to listen to my predictions about the Leo, not the Cancers, not the Virgos, and so on. So you got the point. And this might refer to your sun, moon, or rising sign when I'm doing my independent prediction. However, total lunar eclipse. I did several videos before explaining the solar and lunar eclipses in astronomical senses, mathematical senses, and how does this refer to astrology. However, you should know that solar eclipse is usually more powerful than lunar eclipse. But during this summer, we have a very peculiar situation going on because we have two partial solar eclipses. They are not placed on the north node of the moon, they are further away. Therefore, yes, their influence will last for years. But their influence will be way milder, softer than the influence this lunar eclipse will have, because this lunar eclipse will be total lunar eclipse. Sun will be placed on the north node of the moon, Rahu, in the fifth degree of the sign of Leo, 4 point something, which is read like the fifth degree, and the moon will be together totally eclipsed with the retrograde planet Mars on the 4 point something, which means the fifth degree of the sign of Aquarius. Very interesting thing going on right now here is the fact that the moon and the Mars will be placed in very auspicious Abhijit nakshatra. This is the lunar mansion in Vedic astrology, and this is the part of greater Uttara Ashada nakshatra, meaning the later victory and meaning that victory is assured. When the moon transits Abhijit nakshatra or Uttara Ashada nakshatra, however, this moon will be totally eclipsed, and in astronomical terms this is called the blood moon, because it will have this orange reddish color in it, and this might have some symbolics in it because many people may suffer because of it. I'm looking at the timeanddate.com site. You can check it, their part which says sun and moon, and then check eclipses, and then you have this picture how this eclipse will affect which part of this planet. And I have to tell you that partial eclipse will start and will finish in the span of almost 4 hours, a little less than 4 hours, and the total eclipse will last 2 hours and I think around 45 minutes. Don't get me, because don't nail me for this, because I had to calculate it when will it appear in my area of the planet and so on and so on. But for you, this means that the effect will be felt very intensively in the next 2 months and 3 weeks, which means the whole August, the whole September, and the 3 weeks of the month of October. And you will have some residues of this eclipse. So this means your decisions, events which will hit you or which you will create, and issues, things, people, something will be shut, something will be pulled back from your life, and to make the space for new people, new issues, new ideas, new things, and so on and so on. And the beginning of the partial eclipse and the end of the partial eclipse happens in the span of almost 4 hours, I think 3 hours and 55 minutes. This means that the residue will be felt for almost 4 months. So let's calculate August, September, October, November. By November, everything will be finished and you will have complete turnaround regarding your life, in the case if this eclipse affects your sun, your moon, your rising sign, or any planet which is placed in this position in Aquarius, in Leo, or in the beginning degrees of the sign of Taurus, or beginning degrees of the sign of Scorpio. Everything is calculated for the Western astrology, not Vedic astrology, so you'll have to know your chart, and for those people you can expect dramatic events and some great decisions which will shape your life in the future to come. And for the people who have their important or sensitive points in the sign of Gemini, and in the sign of Libra, in the sign of Sagittarius, and in the sign of Aries. This will create some very radical and very positive, beneficial changes. You could say, finally, God have looked upon me, finally, finally. And I have to tell you that this eclipse, total eclipse, will be fully visible from the middle of the Africa, if you cut it like this on the chart. And then you will have, just forgive me if I make wrong with the states, but the greatly affected states will be Egypt, Sudan, all the way to South African Republic, Tanzania, Kenya, Madagascar, all Arabic part of this country, meaning United Arab, oh, forgive me, United Arab Emirates, Israel, Syria, a greater part of the Turkey, I'm looking right, Iraq, Iran, great part of the Russia, Ukraine, all those countries, Azerbaijan, Tajikistan, Pakistan, all those small countries around Himalayas, Nepal, Bhutan, Tibet, and so on. The part of China, and especially India, and especially Indian Ocean, will be affected. And I have to tell you, because when I switch on this chart, everything will become dark. I had to put down the shades because the weather is awful and the lighting is awful. And you won't see my face as good as right now. But I will, no, I will, okay, I just shrink the chart. And if you are belonging to the fixed signs like the Taurus, Leo especially, Scorpio, and especially Aquarius, then you will be hit with this eclipse, especially if your sensitive points are by the beginning signs in your charts. And in general terms, this Sun conjunct Rahu in Leo is the ruler who is probably oppressive towards its people, or the celebrity personality, or the political figure, or the member of the royal family. And on the other side, you have this Mars conjunct Moon. Moon is generally portrayed as a people, and the whole sign of Aquarius is the portrait of the people, poor people, oppressed people, many people who have collective consciousness, collective way of thinking, and so on and so on. I did a separate video about the Mars in Aquarius, how can you recognize those types of people? And they want to stick together, to be together, and this can mean both of those planets on the sides, Mars and Moon on this side with Ketu, south node of the Moon in the sign of Aquarius, and the Sun and Rahu, or the north node of the Moon in the sign of Leo, are making a square with the planet Uranus from the Taurus. This is the battle for the material things, for the land, for the soil, for the properties, battle for the cities. I can expect there could be some minor revolutions or rebels or something related like that against the ruler of the city, of the country, and those protests which could end in blood will be held in the urban areas, so in the larger cities, great cities, and many people could be seriously hurt, injured, and something like that. So avoid any collective meeting in the streets to greet the king, to greet the politician, to greet the actor, and something like that, because someone could throw the bomb or explosive, and many people will be hurt in those moments. The ruling person won't be this person will be affected, it will be traumatized in many ways, but the real injuries, the real hurt will go to the common people, plain people, women with children might get injured, so be very careful. At the other side, we have some good transits going on because Uranus is in the trine with Saturn, and this means this struggle for the land or the soil or the agriculture and something like that is great, and you should mix something old with something very innovative in the meanings of technology or approach or ideas. And at the same time, Venus will be in trine with the planet Pluto and in sextile, Venus in the sign of Virgo, Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn, and they will both make sextile to the sign of to the planet Jupiter placed in the sign of Scorpio. This is good for calculations, this is good for planning, not to start right now. Mars is retrograde, Mercury is retrograde, Mercury turned retrograde day and a half before this eclipse, and many things will go wrong. Be assured that many things could go wrong. If you think that this is enough, this went wrong, no, everything will go wrong. This Mercury is returning back through the sign of Leo and trying to join the Sun in the sign of Leo. So this high political figure or the royal family and so on, who has the task to govern many people, will try to convince those people with words in verbal way, no, don't do this, no, but no, nothing will help, they will be against it and they will get hurt. So if you are anywhere from the middle of Africa until the middle of China or Southeast Asia, be very careful. If you are traveling over the Indian Ocean, be very careful. And if you think that something might go wrong, everything will go wrong. Mars is retrograde and Mercury is retrograde. Just count on the fact that all electrical devices will go wild. We could have electrical storm going on, having in mind this Uranus. We could have some electrical blocks, energy supply blocked, reversed, something like that. Guns are here, explosives are here, volcanoes are here, earthquakes are here. Everything is happening as it should not be happening for the sign of Scorpio and Taurus and Aquarius and Leos. These are all great changes regarding your career, your marriage, your home, your reputation, your way of thinking. Aquarius, you are not right, and you could get really injured with those aspects. And for the signs of Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Just a moment. Gemini. No. Gemini, Libra, Sagittarius, and Aries. For you, great changes are coming, and for the planets placed in those early degrees of Gemini, Libra, Sagittarius, and Aquarius, you will face some positive changes because this eclipse will help you greatly. And for those, for Cancers, for instance, this will mean the changes regarding their incomes. For Virgos, this will mean the changes that they will see their hidden enemy, or something will be revealed to them, some sort of the truth, because they are very prone to lying in love right now. And this eclipse will be colored with love illusions because Venus is in opposition with Neptune, so be very careful. And be very careful about medications and taking drugs, legal or illegal. I won't go into it. And taking all sorts of the foods. Something might go wrong with this, with your stomach. And for my mind stopped. For Capricorns, this is happening in the 8th house. For Capricorns, this is the sign that their 8th house is affected. So taxes, loans, returns, you will have to pay back something, and this will be horrible for you. This will be a great expense for you. You will steam all along. But what can I say to you? And this will affect your incomes greatly. And for the Pisces, something might get wrong with your health. Pisces, please take care about your heart and your spine. Injuries are highly possible. Someone might try to hurt you, and don't sleep, don't dream around, just go away and be very safe and very secure. This is it about this total lunar eclipse, and we'll see each other again in the next video. Please be safe, and love you all. This was your astrologer Kira. Bye.